I'm from here.
I am from here.
I'm from here.
I'm from here.
I'm from here.
In LA Unified School District, there are about 650,000 students, 84% of whom qualify for free and reduced lunch. There are about 92 languages spoken, and 25% of students speak English as a second or multiple language. As a teacher, as an educator, that's a real beauty in all that diversity. Unfortunately, the zip code that you grow up in does have a lot of determinants on your future outcomes. I'll never forget, I was 17 walking across Columbia University's campus and I saw a poster from Teach for America that said 1 out of every 10 low-income students of color graduates from college. I knew that that was gonna be my life calling.
One of the great things about Teach for America Los Angeles is we're talking about our identities and what we bring to the educational experience. I am a LAUSD student. I went to elementary in Los Angeles. My mom's from Compton, my dad and his family are all from Watts. And so when I step on 103rd Street in Watts, this is a street where I know my family's feet have laid and other families that really find this community home, and they deserve the best. That's what I'm working to try to give. As a coach for Teach for America Los Angeles, I started realizing that my pedagogy needed to be based on this idea of seeing my students as human beings. And now that partnership, I always tell my teachers when I walk in, I was that black boy who needed education as an access point to achieve my dreams. It takes a village and it takes partnering organizations to say, where is there synergy?
At the Partnership for Los Angeles Schools, we serve to transform schools and revolutionize school systems to empower all students with a high-quality education. And we do that by managing 18 LA Unified schools in South LA, Boyle Heights, and Watts.
I'm able to work with teachers, principals, and counselors and really figure out how can we create a quality education for these students.
I came to the partnership after teaching for 5 years because I felt a very strong alignment to the Teach for America mission, and I am so lucky that I get to live it out here at the partnership with our 18 schools and a ton of other colleagues who went through Teach for America.
Who have we learned about so far? Who are
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King, tell me about him.
He fought with his words and didn't fight with his hands.
All of our African American friends that we've been learning about, the one thing that they all had in common that people were mean to them about was what? Because they were what?
Black.
Because they were African American, because they were black. Do we treat people differently because of the way they look?
No.
No, we treat everybody the same, right?
In the work of education, you are confronting systemic racism, systemic barriers every single day in the work that we do. It's about social justice. It's about teaching them of the things they will face.
When I founded KIPP RAICES Academy, we were the first KIPP elementary school in Los Angeles. There was no building. We didn't have the team fully assembled yet. I hired Yesenia Castro to be a founding first grade teacher.
I found out about KIPP RAICES, and I have been here since 2009. We had about 200 students. Now, 10 years later, we serve 570 students. Amber Young Medina is the Managing Director of Academics, and I am the principal of KIPP RAICES Academy.
Those first families took a tremendous leap of faith on this idea that was going to set their children up with a very deep roots. That's the name of the school, KIPP RAICES, so that they would have opportunities and a beautiful future ahead of them. When we opened the school, we were housed in an empty Catholic church. The night before we opened the school, I was cleaning the floors, scrubbing the toilet. I made sure that when those doors opened, it felt like a warm and beautiful place to welcome our students and families into.
Today, we still have many of our founders continuing the work that we do.
When I'm with alums, I just feel a deep commitment to continue to do the work on behalf of kids of Los Angeles.
TFA's mission is about all students receiving an excellent education. And having TFA core members and alums come in and join our staff, being so excited to do this work, reaffirming that mission of our school, it keeps our school going. It keeps the mission alive.
In terms of TFA having a meaningful impact at Alliance MIT, Josephine Pineda, she's one story that comes up. She was a part of Alliance College of Public Schools' first classes. She was a founding student who graduated, went on to UCLA, and became the first alumnus to become a teacher at Alliance College of Public Schools.
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, pretty close to USC, and my experience was the schools were huge. I just felt like I was kind of lost in this place, so I kind of worked my butt off and got into UCLA. I was super scared. I thought that I wasn't gonna make it, that I was gonna drop out. I think about this because I'm the product of my community. I always wanted someone from my community to tell me, like, you can do this. The fact that I had that perspective about how tough it was to live and grow up in South Central, that made my students realize, like, I had credibility with them and that they were open to, just like the extra supports that I was trying to give.
Our teachers from TFA come in with a clear why. It's for equity, social justice, and generational change. When they have that clear why, it makes the work so much stronger.
This summer, I was actually able to observe TFA core members teaching my old students who are now 11th graders. And my students still remembered me. They're like, you got me excited about science, you got me excited about math. I didn't think I could be excited about it, and now I've been so successful in those areas. That was just awesome to see.
With TFA, we know that there's an ongoing partnership. There's an investment there that we're working collaboratively to make sure that all of our kids and communities are successful.
When I was in high school, I was taught by Teach for America teachers. They were young, really enthusiastic about what they wanted to teach. I really liked them. One of those teachers was also an out gay teacher, and we hadn't had that at our school before. Myself being trans, I felt like that brought a new level of acceptance and support on the campus. This was a teacher that showed me that I could be myself and didn't have to hide and could still have a successful career. He is the inspiration for me wanting to become a teacher and going back into the classroom.
I grew up in LA. This is where I wanted to serve, to help out my community and the kids that I identify myself with. Like, I was one of them, especially in middle school. Like, I didn't know what college really was. It's important for your students because if they see a person that was just in their shoes and now educated, a teacher, they would know that they could also do it if they really want to and persist.
I think the key part about Teach for America is that you have a great cohort. You have people that surround you and inspire you.
I see the TFA network in LA having an impact on a vast scale. My school site has me as a first-year core member. They have a second-year core member who's doing a master's in special education. The special education coordinator is also a TFA alumni, and we all are always motivated, doing more than what our tasks are assigned.
You're not only a teacher when you're in the classroom. You have to be these other professions, a counselor if they're going through some personal problems at home, a therapist if they need to talk things out. And I just try to tell them, like, I know you guys could do it.
Being a TFA teacher means having a passion for education, for teaching. But on top of that, it's also having this awareness about the inequities in education.
To be a TFA teacher, it means that you are there every single day to support your students, regardless of how hard the job can be.
Being part of TFA means that you're part of a network of people who believe in the same thing you do.
Being a part of the TFA network in Los Angeles is exciting. It's all of us coming together and having that knowledge and that commitment and understanding and really thinking about what's best for kids.
To have Teach for America still here after 28 years, it means that our impact just keeps widening. This mission is so important, so we're still working. We're working really hard.
We're just stronger together.
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 Together.